Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. Back with another vinyl and music update. I've got quite a big pile here. Got some vinyl, got some cassettes, got some CDs. Some of these I've mentioned before, like in my unboxing from Quebec and everything. I'll, try to go into a bit more detail in this particular video than that one. So, let's get started. When I remember the prices, I'll tell you what I paid for these. Some I can't because some were gifts, and so I have no clue, the price. So first up, I got this for $1. This is Hoagy Carmichael collection. Just a bunch of old Hoagy Carmichael stuff. You can't go wrong with that. These are some of the records that I just like having in my collection. It's they're nothing I'd pay high dollar for, but for $1, it can come home with me definitely. This is another one, again, $1, and it's Bing Crosby Sings. You can't go wrong with Bing Crosby. I mean, you tend to remember that, like, other than the damn Christmas song, people tend to forget he's actually like a pretty good singer just on his own. Just doing his own thing, Good stuff, though. Okay, next, I got this for $9.99. This was a steal because this was brand new, still sealed in plastic. John Coltrane, Blue Train. Oh yeah, this and the next records were definite steals because I found them both for $9.99 a piece, and that there, that's like a minimum $30 record. So for $10, nice. Next one is The Best of Muddy Waters. Man, this glare is killing me. Good old school blues. You gotta love the old school blues stuff. Blues is one of those genres that, honestly, if you don't like blues, you don't have a soul. Just saying. Next up, I got this for $1. This is Did She Mention My Name by Gordon Lightfoot. It's Gordon Lightfoot. Unfortunately, we lost him recently, so a lot of his stuff's been kind of going up in value, but, so when I found this for $1, I was like, hells yeah, you come along with me. Okay, next up, this was $10. That is Bryan Adams, Reckless. As a Canadian, you gotta have some Bryan Adams in your collection. Actually saw Bryan Adams live once. Good show, though he was 3 hours late, and he never actually apologized for being late. A little bit of a dick move, but at the same time, it was an awesome show. For $10, that's definitely worth it. Next is, I'm actually kind of really happy about this because I didn't even know this was a thing, but Anatomy of a Murder, the soundtrack, music by Duke Ellington. So you can't go wrong with Duke Ellington. And, the fact that it's a soundtrack, I have a real soft spot for soundtracks. So, and Anatomy of a Murder is a pretty good movie, honestly, so you can't fault that, these are starting to fall over a bit. Let me just put those down there. There we go. Okay, next up, I got this from my buddy Will when I was up in Quebec. This is Megadeth, Rust in Peace. Pretty much one of, if not the greatest thrash album ever made. And this is one, whenever I used to find it in the stores, it was always crazily overpriced. I mean, I'd find this, and they'd be asking, $60. And don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal album, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a $60 album. But as a gift, hells yeah. Next, this one was $8. I got this in Quebec as well. That's the original Ghostbusters soundtrack. Damn cool. You know, it's Ghostbusters. What more do you need to say? You know, and for $8, I mean, you see, at least where near where I am, I see this going, you know, like $10-15 for like a crappy copy with like a real messed up cover. So, you know, $8, whatever. That was damn good. Next is an album again from my buddy Will. This is The Gates of Pandemonium. I did a review of this album a bit back on my channel, and I gave it high marks, but I said the one thing that was letting it down was the fact there wasn't a vinyl. Now there is a vinyl, so I am definitely pleased with that. Great, like, I never really know what they describe themselves as. I think it's like magic metal, but it's like, I think that's the technical term for the genre. It's like a mix of like black metal and like psychedelic stuff and everything. It's awesome. If you haven't heard The Gates, do yourself a favor and listen to that. I have no clue how much that was. It was a gift, so, you know, great stuff right there. Next, I got this for $6. That is the Alan Parsons Project, the Eye in the Sky. I mentioned before, I grab Alan Parsons Project stuff whenever I find them. I've never paid full price for a single one of them. You know, it's a good... How can I put this? It's a good investment because they're always cheap and they're damn good albums. You know, so you can't go wrong with that. Next, another one I got in Quebec. I paid $26.99 for this. Interesting story. I got it for $26.99. Literally about a day before, we were in a record store and they were selling it for $37. And I was like, I'm not going to pay $37 for that. It's King Diamond with the Dark Sides. And this is on this nice orange, kind of like an opaque orange, you know, Halloween-esque vinyl there. So you gotta love King Diamond. Again, you know, it's like I get it that King Diamond's not for everyone, but if you're a metal fan, you have to appreciate, you know, the voice alone. Next, this was a gift from my buddy Will. So again, I don't know the price of this. That's the first Duran Duran album. This is actually the double LP reissue, but one of the sides on one of them is a bit messed up. So I think it's on the second LP. Like, essentially, like if you see on the back there, there's a little hole. Yeah, apparently something landed on that at some point and kind of went through. So, you know, damn good album, though. I really enjoy it. And, you know, I'd kind of forgotten how good Duran Duran actually is, because in my mind, they always get lumped in with, like, you know, that, like, early 80s, like, new wave, like, punk, not punk, new wave, like, pop music, almost, and, you know, they're actually really good, so, hearing this album really, you know, just sort of reminded me that they're actually a good band, you know, and, to not necessarily take them for granted, you know. Okay, next up are three records which could fall under the controversial tag. Uh, they are what they are. First up, we have Goat Moon with Death Before Dishonor. You know, it's Goat Moon. It is what it is. I've said before, I don't care what a band's politics are. I don't care what if they themselves are horrible people. If they make good music, I'll listen to it. A very strange choice. I mean, this was supposed to be magenta, but this is just literally like hot pink. Um, it's really funny when you consider, you know, the style of music the Goat Moon is that it's on hot pink. I just find that really kind of funny. My buddy Will got me this from Hell's Headbangers, so good shit. And next is another Goat Moon release, and that is Finnish Steelstorm. Again, same thing, you know. What a band's thoughts are on stuff, I don't care. You know, I'm not gonna not listen. Let's put it this way: my personally held beliefs in things are strong enough that I can listen to anything and not be swayed. You know, I can listen to Goat Moon. I'm not going to be swayed over to Nazism. I can listen to, like, you know, death metal. I'm not going to be swayed over to, like, becoming a serial killer. The people that get offended by this are people whose own beliefs, I believe, are so thin and just, you know, weak that they're afraid, oh, I'm going to listen to that and I'm going to become a Nazi. It's like, fuck you. This is on this nice green. Good shit. If you never heard Goat Moon, definitely not for everyone. As long as you know it's going to be dealing with, like, Nazi type stuff. Just, you know, if you can put that aside, some really good black metal. And last up for vinyl is, I don't even want to say this is controversial anymore, but Black Magic SS with Burning Bridges. Really solid magic metal again. They've done kind of a neat thing where they've, if you look on YouTube and stuff like that, you look under Black Magic Starship. So I think that's a really clever way to get around, you know, the whole SS part being labeled with, like, NS stuff. So yeah, now we'll move on to the CDs. I just got 3 here. One of which, from my buddy Will, was actually Black Magic SS Burning Bridges CD. If you haven't heard this is a damn good album. Just listen to Dinosaurs and you will know exactly what you're in for. Next up, this was a buck. This is the Stranglers' Greatest Hits. Kind of like, I guess you could say like punk, but you know, like proto-punk or whatever maybe. And last up for CDs is the Mighty Mighty Bosstones with Let's Face It. It was a buck. It is what it is. Last up, we have a couple of tapes. First one is, again, from my buddy Will, and this is, like, a band that he's in, and this is, Fumier, I'm not good with French. It's Good for Your Health, the EP, and, signed right there. You know, number 5 of 50. You know, if you're into, like, well, I mean, literally, look at the length of that short little thing. If you're into, you know, torso fuck, stuff like that, real, like, gore grind type stuff, Fumier are pretty good. And I'm not just saying that because my buddy's in it, And last up, I got this for $4. This is Billy Idol Cyberpunk. It's actually a pretty decent album. I mean, honestly, Shock to the System is a severely underrated song that not enough people talk about. But, a good album, and for $4, hells yeah. I mean, last time I checked, the vinyl for this was crazy expensive, so is what it is, right? So yeah, that is my music update. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I'll be back again with more some other point. But yeah, that's it for me. See you next time.